Hi all and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm gonna share with you my entire experience of how I bought this beautiful Chanel classic flap bag from the Chanel store itself. So if you're one of these girls that you're trying to put your hands on a Chanel and you find it impossible, then you must stay here because I will show you and I will tell you everything you need to do in order to get one in store. So keep watching. So my first attempt of buying this bag was actually last year in April. I went for Easter holiday in Paris and I thought like, what can be better than buying this Chanel bag in Paris from their first store, you know the whole story, and everybody does the same thing most of the time. So I thought like it's a very nice thing. And therefore I went into the store and asked for the bag. They were very nice, all the essays were very nice. They served me, they told me they don't have this in stock, but they have different variations of colors, so they showed me whatever they had. I was pretty happy with that one as well, because I wanted to see what's the difference between small and medium. In my head I thought I'm gonna buy a small, but when I've seen it in real life I thought it's very, very small, even for me. I'm usually wearing very small bags, but that was very small for me as well. So I thought maybe a medium bag is much better. They told me they have nothing in stock, as I told you earlier, but if I come next week then they probably will have stock on it. My option was actually a black classic flap with caviar skin and gold hardware. So this is the hardest to find, a thing that I didn't know actually. Nothing seems very difficult so far. After coming back home, which is London, my only option remains to buy it in UK. So yes, after 3-4 months after the entire experience I had in Paris, I thought like, let me try and find this bag in the UK. So I chose to go in the Bond Street branch because I thought like it's much nicer, much luxurious. It's the biggest one I think in Europe, so I thought like, why not, let's go there. I called them to see if they have it in stock. They said like they can't give me any details, so therefore I've made a booking. They have this booking system online where you can book in the store to see whatever you want to buy and etc. If you try to go there, then you must know the process. So I took this booking and I waited in the queue as well in there. And I remember I was dressed with a black Zara dress, and then I had a Dior bag and some flip-flops, I think from Chloe or something like this, something very simple, not posh at all. And then I didn't wear any makeup because I didn't thought it's necessary just going fancy when you buy an expensive bag. Like, come on, I just paid a lot of money on it, so I don't think this counts a lot. Anyway, so I went into the branch and security stopped me before I went in to ask me what did I come for, and I told him I have a booking for classic flap Chanel, blah blah blah. I told him exactly what, they even asked me the size that I want, even though I wasn't, even at that time I wasn't pretty sure what size I want. And then they called me in. They actually made me wait because they thought like, let me see if there is a waiting list. We don't have it in stock. There is a waiting list or something like this. So in the end, they allowed me to go in. I went in and I think I waited around half an hour for an SA to come and talk with me. So I remember it was a guy, I don't remember his name or anything. And then he told me like, we don't have this in stock and it's very hard to find, blah, 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 wherever. So at that point, when I went into the store, the medium one was £7,000, still £7,000. So I just wanted to ask him to show me again a classic flap. It doesn't matter the hardware, but I just wanted to see the grinded skin, the caviar skin, and the normal one, the soft one, the calf skin, to see what's the difference, to try it on and all this stuff. And then he told me they have nothing, even though like 2 meters away there was somebody trying the same thing as I did. So I said like, why not, like I can see these people trying it, can I have it so I can try it as well? Anyway, in the end he showed me 2 bags to just have a better idea of what I'm looking for, and they put me on the waiting list because I decided to buy the medium one, and they put me on the waiting list and they told me they will give me a call back obviously. And then the price of the bag is actually 7,500, and I said like, yeah, but I've seen it online, it's 7,000, and they told me no, actually there is a price increase starting with September or something like this. And I said that's fine, even though I didn't thought I'm gonna catch September. And it was very weird that they were telling me already the price from September when it was August or something like this. So yeah, anyway, so that was my experience with Bond Street branch, and I thought like this is This is how it is when they don't have a stock. I didn't know that this is a Hermes store. I thought it's a Chanel and everybody has access to this bag. I think it's been almost 2 or 3 weeks after this appointment and I made in there, and nobody called me, like literally nobody called me. And I called a few times in the branch and they told me they don't have any details, they can't give me any details, and the manager will call me, whatever, blah blah blah, when they have the bag. So I was looking online, I just tried to search online, how can I buy a Chanel bag, what do I need? Because I thought like, what the, you know what I mean, like how hard can it be to buy a Chanel bag? And I checked everywhere, there was nothing anywhere, no results, no ways. Like somebody told me you need to have an essay, otherwise it's very hard to buy and all this stuff. And then I thought like, why? I mean, why it was so hard to buy in London and so easy to buy in Paris? So I called Paris branch, I called Brussels branch, I called which branch? And I called something Netherlands, I think. And they couldn't tell me the stock. They told me if I come in the store, they can tell me if they have it or not. Obviously, it wasn't a problem going there, but going there for nothing, it was a waste of time for me as well, and money, because I was going literally just for that. And I was so stressed out, like even though I wanted this bag and I thought like it's very expensive, now because they didn't give me the bag, it was so much stronger, you know, the will to have this bag. It was so crazy. Like I was looking at the second-hand ones and I wanted to buy literally a second-hand one, even though the second-hand one was like 12,000. I still wanted something. I said, let me try for the last time to see how it goes, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So I just took one day just for this, and I conquered London for all the Chanel stores in order to find the bag. So firstly, I went in Harrods. I stayed, I think, 1.5 hours at the queue, and they called me in and I asked them what I want, and they showed me a classic Chanel flap with gold hardware, but with calf skin. And they told me if I want this is what I have, you want to buy it, that's fine, if you don't want to buy it, that's also fine. The thing is, I just tried to open the bag and there were scratches everywhere, and I said like, yeah, but this is full of scratches, you know, like I pay 7,500, why would I buy something like that? We don't care, just leave your phone number and blah blah blah, I'll give you a call. I was like, what's going on? Like literally, you pay so much for a bag in order for these people to be so rude with you. Like, I can't accept this. Therefore, from there I went to, I think, Sloane Square or something like this is the name of the store. It's actually very close to Harrods, but they don't have so much traffic as in Harrods. So I went there and there were two nice ladies. They were asking me if I have a Chanel account and all this stuff, and I was trying to tell them what I'm looking for. So guess what? They found in store a small classic bag, same as what I wanted, same hardware, same like with caviar skin, but it was very small. So that was my last choice. And they told me they can sell me that straight away, otherwise I'll need to wait. So I left all my details and they gave me a business card, and they told me when they have something in stock, when something comes in, they will let me know. From there, because I couldn't give up now, I found another store it was called Warren Street. It was again a very small store, not a lot of clientele there. So I went there with the same thing. Something I forgot to say is that in that day I went out with everything I had from Chanel. I tried to look as expensive as I could in order to get this bag. I didn't think it mattered so much, but I thought like maybe this is an option. So therefore I went in this branch. There was a very nice lady who approached me and they say, hi, how can I help you? And I say, hi, I'm looking for a classic Chanel bag in this. And she said, yeah, I'm so sorry to let you know, it's very hard to find these bags, but we had 2 bags in the store in the morning, which we gave it away. Somebody needs, I don't think if they told me if somebody needs to come or not. They told me they sold it already. So they received stock in the morning and they sold it already. So she said like, yeah, but I can see you wear Chanel and all this stuff. Do you want me to put you on a waiting list? I can see you already have an account with us and all this stuff. And I said, yeah, if you can put me on the waiting list, then I will be more than happy. I mean, like, it was better for me to be on all this waiting list than just one. And then this lady, for some reason, she asked me something, I don't know, and then for some reason I asked her if she's Spanish, and she said yeah. She started talking with me, and it's like she was asking me if I speak Spanish, and I said a little bit because my boyfriend speaks Spanish and all this stuff, and it was like a connection, you know, so something that I think I made a connection. And then I went home. She told me, I told you, if anything happens, then she will give me a call. And I went home. My phone was off when I arrived home. It was like literally, I think, 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, something like this. And I said, okay, let's just put my phone in charge. Normally my phone doesn't go off very often, but I don't know, for some reason in that day went off. And when I arrived home, I just put it in charge straight away. And I can see a voicemail. I usually don't listen to the voicemail because every time I listen to it, it's just something stupid. Nothing important. So I heard I listened to the voicemail, and in the voicemail there was this lady from Chanel, Warren Street, where she told me that there was a client who's supposed to buy a Chanel classic bag, the same that I wanted, but they refused the bag in the store, so this can be mine and she can hold it until tomorrow. Immediately I was like just going crazy. They were closing at 6 o'clock, so I just called her back. I said like, this fine, I'm coming now, taking Uber, whatever, blah blah blah. Calling Uber, nothing works. Try to order Uber, nothing works. Bolt, nothing. So I said, okay, let's just take the underground. I took the underground, and she told me I need to be there at least like 10 to 6 so she can still have the till open to sell it. And I went inside at the underground, and literally like they stopped at some reason. At some point they stopped, and I was so freaking out because I'm gonna lose the bag, and I wanted so much to get it in that day in order to make sure I'm not gonna lose it again. And in the end I arrived there. I was like sweating everywhere. I was running on the street because it was like, I think, 10 minutes away of the underground station. I was running and I was sweaty, and the guys from the security asked me like, are you Ramona, because you were waiting for me? I think they don't have so much people there. And say, yeah, it's like you can come in and take your bag. And you know, I wanted this bag to buy it from the store because I wanted the entire experience. And she explained where these pockets are coming from, the entire history and what they were used for and all this stuff. But listen, I couldn't listen to anything. Like literally, it's like, let's go pay for it. I just want to make sure I'm buying it. So here we go. I had a Chanel bag, the one I wanted. The price of the bag when I bought it was 7,550, I think, and the small one was around 7,000 pounds. At the moment in 2023, I think the big one is 1,000 pounds more, which is 8,550, and the small one 7,500, so it's same price as this one. Talking about it so much, I think it's time to present it, and this is the beauty I bought almost 1 year ago, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm very happy that I bought it. And I think it's one of my best investments in terms of bags. I feel like it suits any type of outfit, so it's very easy to wear. I think this is the most worn bag I ever have. Like literally this year, I think I wore it like 90% of the time, and I think it's very comfortable as well. It's easy to wear crossbody and shoulder as well, so it just comes very well in a lot of outfits and fits a lot of stuff inside as well. The smaller one didn't, but this one has a lot of space. So as you can see in here, it has this space which is quite big for maybe a wallet and then a phone and some other stuff as well. You can have this pocket in the back as well, which is very useful for cash or I don't know, something else, receipts or whatever you want to keep. I just adore the fact that I think is the best investment that I do is the fact that I bought it in the caviar skin. It holds very well, it's perfect, it looks absolutely the same as I bought it, like literally perfect. And the gold hardware, it's amazing as well. I think it's the best combination ever, but it's the hardest one to get. But overall, I'm very proud of it. I know some of you will ask, why didn't I buy one second-hand instead of a new one? There are a couple of reasons why I chose to buy it in the store. First, the second-hand ones, I can't say you can't find nice ones, but it take a very long time. And it's not that I don't feel safe, it's just sometimes it comes with scratches and everything and all this stuff, and I wanted something to be perfect. Whatever I found very perfect, it was as well very expensive, around 12,000 pounds, which feels like it's a lot of money when I could have paid just 7,500 and I can buy it from the store. And secondly, I wanted to have the Chanel experience of how is it to buy it in the store, how is it to be on my name and all this stuff. I couldn't have the exact experience because obviously I came 10 minutes before closing and I couldn't get the same thing, but I'm still very happy that I bought it in the store. The only bags I found online that I would pay for it was actually the vintage Chanels. Actually, they are not vintage, they are quite old, they are from 1980 or something like this, and they come with the same hardware, but it's just plated with gold, which I felt like they were very nice. And they don't come like these ones because they've been worn for such a long time. These ones, they are quite flat, which to be honest, I love. It's the most important thing when you invest in a piece like this, to keep it as beautiful as possible without signs of wear and everything. So for me, wearing it for 1 year, I'm not quite even sure if I have any. The only signs of wear I have is around here. I'm not quite sure if it's visible, but I'm gonna film it again in case you can't see it here. So these are the only ones, and then what else? Nothing else really. It looks absolutely perfect, like in the first day. I chose the black one because I thought when you're buying a classic for so much money, you want something that you can wear every day. Or at least this was my point of view. Like when I pay a lot of money on something, I want to make sure I can wear that item. So for me, black was literally the easiest option. And the next one would have been nude or brown. Nude, they still had it in stock at the time, but not brown. I feel like it's the most versatile, and it doesn't matter how is your style and whatever you're wearing all the time, I think black will stay always on top. Secondly, if you want to sell this bag, this one is the most expensive of all. Like even though you pay the same price, some colors are out of fashion. While this one, it stays in fashion, it stayed in fashion, and you can see even the classic ones from before, the one from 80s, they classified as more expensive, like you were paying like 1,000 pounds at that time, and you can see it today they were sold with 5,000-6,000, if it's in a very good condition, even more. So if you want to be profitable in case you don't like it anymore and you want to get rid of it just to make sure you're profitable, I think this is the best option on black. Now from my research, black with gold hardware, it's obviously the most expensive one. I didn't buy the gold hardware because I know that it's more expensive than the silver hardware. I bought it because I usually wear gold in anything, gold jewelries, because my skin subtone is a warm one, so I think like the gold ones suits me better than the silvers. This was my choice and this is what I've done it. I didn't buy it to sell it obviously, but long term, if I don't want it anymore, I want to make sure that I can get my money back. So for sure, keeping it in a very good condition, you can get your money back. Obviously, if I would buy more Chanel bags and I want to do that, I would go for other colors as well, but obviously I would go on neutral colors more because this is what I wear all the time. Like I'm more of a neutral girl than colors, so yeah, for me I think the best options are neutrals at the moment. So if you want to buy a new Chanel from the store, a classic bag, these are my tips and tricks. So basically, check every store in the area, or if you go holidays, if it's not something that you want to do straight away, if you go in holidays, check every Chanel store. For me, it was even better if I would have bought it outside because I would have taken tax free, which would have been around 1,000 pounds money that I would have take back, but it wasn't the case. Make sure you check everywhere. If you can buy it from abroad, then yes, do it. Make sure you check constantly. Make sure you dress posh because in my opinion this is what helped me to buy the bag faster. And make sure that you buy some Chanel items in order to look like you buy already from them. Even if it's from Vestiaire Collective, even if they second hand or anything, make sure you have something on you to make them feel like you buy Chanel in a very good client, so they will be more happy to offer you a bag than if you don't wear anything from Chanel. So this was my experience, and I think this is very important to wear Chanel when you go into the store. The third one will be to find a very nice SA which will help you out, and they can get your bag faster. So I think my tip in here is to just make conversation with them, try to be nice, try to be friendly, you know, just try to have something in common in order to help you, because this is what helped me. I forgot to tell you in the video, like 1 week after, the other store from Sloane Square called me again to tell me that they have the bag for me, and it was pretty awesome. Another point is just check in the stores they don't have so much traffic as Harrods. As I went in Bond Street, they are big stores, they have a lot of traffic. Literally these essays are so busy that they don't give nothing about people. Like literally you feel like they rape you of money. Like they don't care about anything. They don't care that you pay £8,000. If it's not gonna be you, it's gonna be someone else anyway. So this is the mentality. In the other stores I feel like you are more welcomed. They behave very nicely, they behave different, and somehow you can feel they don't have the same clientele as in the busy area. Also, be patient. Sometimes it can take longer, sometimes it can take less time. It depends of the stores, it depends of what you find. But be patient and buy whatever you want to buy. Don't buy what they gave you. I've seen so many videos of some other influencers or people who bought a Chanel bag and they bought whatever they had in the store. They wanted the black, but they bought a white because this is what they had, and they were so obsessed of buying that bag. I had the same thing, I can tell you, I had literally the same thing, and I feel happy now that I didn't take the same decision going in Paris and buy whatever color they had, because you pay a lot of money on it, so you want to make sure this you can use it in a lot of outfits. Like you don't want to pay £8,500 and just waste your money and wear it twice per year. You want to pay this money and wear it as much as possible, trust me. So yeah, these are my main points where I would suggest you to work on it if you want to buy a Chanel bag from. This was my entire Chanel experience, and I hope this will help you out in buying your Chanel bag in case you are looking for one. I hope this video will make it very easy for you, and if you have any questions or I can help you with anything, please leave it in the comments below and I will be more than happy to help you out. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you want to see more of this content, please don't forget to press the subscribe button below, because this will mean the world to me and this will help me out to create more content for you. And I will see